Hello, hello, hello. All right, all right. Welcome back, friends, owls, and fellow security champs, to another episode of Shoot the Hoot RAW. All right, this week, we're not replacing anything. We're enhancing it. Autopilot already handles the heavy lifting, automatically assigning core security training to keep your users compliant and clicking smarter. But sometimes, just sometimes, you need a little more. Maybe your own policy rollouts, HR safety videos, onboarding dots, vendor-specific training, or even compliance for your little niche departments. That's where CustomHoots steps in. Think of it as your personal training layer built on top of Autopilot. You bring the content, we bring the automation, the reminders, the tracking, and the reports. By the end of today's show, you'll know how to upload your own documents and videos, assign them individually or in programs, manage policies, and even use our training library to get a head start. Let's jump into the flight plan and map out what's ahead. So here's what's in the cockpit today. First, we're talking about why standard automatic training works, but also why sometimes you gotta add your own special sauce. Custom training isn't just for compliance. It's for clarity, culture, and control. Then we'll deep dive into CustomHoots Power Up, where we'll show you how to upload your own documents or videos, how to assign individual trainings or full programs, manage policies with tracking and reminders, and use our pre-built training library to fill those gaps. Then we've got a nerd update with some solid behind-the-scene upgrades, followed by a live Q&A. So drop those questions in the chat or email us at shootthehoot@cyberhoot.com. And a real-world horror story about a company that skipped custom training and paid the price. Buckle up. Let's make custom training a whole lot less complex. Okay, automated training through Autopilot is the foundation, monthly, hands-free, and built to scale across your entire team. It covers the core threats. It builds habits. It works. But sometimes, just sometimes, you've got specific risks or requirements that go beyond the basics. Onboarding processes, compliance mandates, or that one custom tool car refuses to use correctly. That's where CustomHoots comes in. Not to replace your training, no, but to enhance it, to make your program uniquely yours. Sometimes off the shelf just isn't enough. With CustomHoots, you can build your own training, whether that's uploading a document or policy, linking out to an external training, or mixing both into a full training program. You bring the content, we bring the delivery, reminders, quizzes, tracking, and compliance reporting. Whether it's a safety walkthrough, HR onboarding, or Carl's how not to break the internet refresher, you can tailor training to what your people actually need. It's your content, your way, powered by CyberHoot Automation. Okay, so you've got your custom training ready. Now what? Whether it's a policy doc, a vendor video, or a full program on its internal tools, you can assign it with total control. You can send it out to all users in the platform. You can send it to a special team or department during their onboarding using a special group. Or you can send it out as part of a custom program with due dates, reminders, and tracking baked in. You can even make it required or optional. And the best part, compliance is tracked. Reminders go out automatically. No spreadsheets, no email tags, no stress. Because assigned training should take minutes, not meetings, to get done. So custom training doesn't mean you have to do it all alone. CyberHoots training library is packed with bite-sized content. You can drop into CustomHoots program anytime. You need a quick refresher on phishing? You can add that. You want to add a video on password hygiene? We got you. Looking for an acceptable use policy template? Sure enough, that's in there too. Just search, assign, and you're off to the races. You can even mix our content with your own for a blended, branded training experience that feels like you. It's the perfect combo of done for you and custom where it counts. So whether you're uploading your own training, building a program, or pulling from our library, CustomHoots puts you in control of what your users see when they see it and how it fits your security goals. So let's jump into the platform and show you how easy it is to make that happen. It's demo time. All right, let's see if I can share my screen here. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to add my, hopefully you guys can see the screen there. I'm going to hop over and start driving. Hopefully it's still there for you. So this is our Autopilot platform and our tenant dashboard. We're going to hop over here underneath our power-ups to CustomHoots. Yes, as you guys know, in our platform, underneath power-ups, you can manage all the power-ups at the platform level or by every tenant, right? So all the upper level. So you see here the default where we have hoots and we have programs, right? So let's talk about just creating a custom hoot. So let's say, for example, that you want to create a policy. You downloaded our acceptable use policy, you tweaked it, you modified it, now you want to assign it out to everybody. So in that situation, we would click on Hoot Training. We can do an individual document, or we can link out to video. Click on this guy here, and we say, what tenant? So which one of your customers/tenants do you want to assign this to? I'm going to assign it to our Acme Corp. Go down next. Now, is this a video or a document? So let's say that this one here is actually a document. So we're going to mark that as a document, and we're going to choose our file. Now, I got a little example PDF here somewhere. PDF, let's see. There it is. We're going to upload that guy. Hopefully it's an example PDF. When we see it, don't blame me for what you see. I hope it's the example, right? All right. Next, it's that simple. You upload your document. Now, is this custom hoot going to be required or is it optional? Now, required counts as part of their compliance training. The optional will help them with their individual hoot ranks and scores and kind of like increasing their scores. So if it's a policy, of course, we're going to make that one required. We'll call it the acceptable use policy. I'm going to call it example so I know which one we did. All right. Now, assign it out to groups. Now, you can add multiple groups to the platform. We're just going to assign it to the default for all users for now, just for the example. But you could put many groups as you want in there, break it down by users, etc. When do you want it to start? You know what? It can start today. Go out right away. Why not? Now, how long does it last? Now you're saying to yourself, I've got this acceptable use policy. How long is it valid? So we default them to a year. Of course, you can change that to weeks, months, days, multiple years. 1 year is what we usually recommend. And then you say, well, how long, when I send this out and they get the email, how long do I give them to actually click, look at the document, sign it, and accept it? We'll give them 14 days. Now, auto renew date, very, very powerful feature. What this does is 60 days by default, which is changing. We put down to 30 maybe. 30 days before this 1 year is up, what it's going to do is it's going to create a brand new pending custom hoot for you and put it in the pending state. It's going to send you, the administrator, an email. It's going to say, look, the acceptable use policy example you created a year ago, it's coming due. Do you want to change it at all? If not, in 30 days, it's going to go out on its own and have everybody re-up it again. And what do you have to do? Nothing besides make sure your content is good. If that content doesn't change, you don't have to log in or anything. Every user in that group, the default users, all of them for this one, are going to get that re-up on that policy document. Boom, done. Now, here's the thing. We have quiz. You say, well, you put a quiz on a policy? No, I don't put a quiz on a policy. Actually, if you put a quiz on a policy, it removes the signature part and gives them the quiz part. But the quiz is here because that custom hoot that we did in acceptable use policy this time, we could next time put up maybe an OAuth's top 10 document. And you want everyone in your company and your developer squad to read that OAuth's top 10. You could put the OAuth's top 10 there, enable the quiz here, create them, yada, yada, and keep moving. Maybe I'll show you that when I show you the video. Then review. Once you review, we're going to save this guy. It's going to do everything for you, and boom, it's going to refresh our screen. Here's our acceptable use policy down here. It's already assigned to Acme Corp. It's a document. It's not optional. And we're going to look at this to find all this assigned to all users. So let's simulate that real fast and see what we just created. Okay, standard look and feel. Your users are going to get their email in their inbox saying, hey, look, you have to assign the acceptable use policy document. Click here to get started. They click here, they go in, boom, there's a policy, lorem ipsum, right? So I'm going to read through this. I'm really strong in Latin, right? Said no one ever. And we come down, boom, this looks good to me. I'm going to sign my name below, which is going to represent my signature. And I'm going to accept this guy. And boom, I'm done. From here, if I had more assignments, I could see them, look at my current score, so forth and so on. So that's simple to add a policy to the platform, assign it out, and let it go. Now you might be saying, well, that's cool and all, but I want to create a video because I found a video on YouTube. It's a great little training. I want everybody to take it. How do I do that? Not a problem. Create a custom hoot again. We're going back to this hoot training. We're going to come in here. I'm going to assign to Acme Corp again, just keep it simple. Come back over here. Now it's a video. So I'm going to go over to my video and, oh, what's this? Shoot the Hoot RAW. I think I'll actually share that one. So let's click on the share button here. I'm going to grab the embed, and over in here is going to be the link. I'm going to grab this link. Hopefully that's right. I'm going to grab this guy, close that down, come back over to here. I'm going to paste that guy in. That looks like it's a full link to me. Click next. This one, I'll make it optional because no one should force you to watch Shoot the Hoot RAW. You just want to do that. So Shoot the Hoot RAW with yours truly. All right. What groups? Again, I don't have any groups on this set besides the default for this customer. So I'm going to set it to default all users. When does it start? Today, because I want you to watch me today. And then how long does it last for? Now, this video, you can put it out there. You say, well, if I want everybody to watch it now, why would you make it last a year? You know why? Because I might say, anybody added to my company, added to the platform within the next year, I want them to see this video. It'll stay open for them. Everybody else will have it completed. 14 days set this window. No, Chuck's more important than that. Let's give him 3 days yet to watch it. Next, quizzes. Okay, let's enable a quiz. Now, in order to pass my quiz, I need 100%. So I can change that for you. How about a question? All right. Wasn't that awesome? I think so. How about my answers? You know, they say if it's not it's got to be a hell yeah or it's a no. So this is a hell yeah. And then we're going to go no. All right. And then it was awesome. All right. That's simple. I can add more questions by clicking this guy here and keep moving. Now I'm going to review. I'm going to save this guy. And boom, bam, just like that, I've created a video. It's going to be assigned out, etc. Let's simulate it. Let's see what it's going to look like. They get an email in their inbox. Hey, listen, Atmos wants you to watch your Shoot the Hoot RAW episode. Click here to get started. It tells them, hey, you got to get at least 100% to go past this quiz and to be compliant here, or take it 3 times. Let's get started. Now my video comes in. Now, this video is a longer video, so it's like a 20-minute, 19-minute video. I'd love to watch that video with you guys right here. Would it be cool to watch a Shoot the Hoot episode, watching the Shoot the Hoot episode? I didn't think so either. Anyways, you could do that if you wanted. Start quiz. Now I'm going to start my quiz. It tells them I need 100% or 3 more times. Boom, there's my question. Wasn't that awesome? Hell yeah, it was awesome. Boom, and I am done. And guess what? I'm going to review my answers. You know why? Because it was awesome. That's why I'm going to review my answers. Boom. All right. So simple, so easy. Now you're saying, that's great, Chuck, but what if I want to assign something out already? What if I want to use your library? Sure can. Over here is our training library, which is part of CustomHoots. Go to our training library, and we have our document library, which has a bunch of documents in there, including Word documents of acceptable use policy, password policy templates. Download them for your company, fill them out, tweak them, boom, convert them into a PDF, upload them, assign them, get them out there, and make people re-up them every year, right? Our video library, the individual videos that we've created, we've got over 1,200 and some videos in here. Don't want to overwhelm you with too many, but there's a bunch in there. We do some app training like Microsoft, do a bunch of password training. If you use 1Password, you can take training on that, I think. We got that in there. There's a couple in there. HIPAA, trainings in there, CMMC, you name it. You can assign the individual videos. Right. All you have to do is click on, you can actually view this. This is pretty cool. You can actually view the video. If there's any questions, like now there's no quiz on this one, but you can actually look at the video, preview it, and if there's any questions in a quiz or anything, it would show up right there. Now, also, you might say, well, that's great, Chuck. Now, if I want to create a Microsoft Excel training program, I have to assign 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, hold on a second. I'm going to Italy in November. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I got it. Anyways, any Italians out there, let me know. All right, so those are done. At this point, I have to do them one at a time. That's a whole lot of work. So I'm going to scoot down here to the program library. Program library, I can do it all right from there. There's probably going to be a Microsoft program here. Oh, there is an Excel program. It actually has 19 videos. I can assign that thing out. Clicking this button here, it's going to show me what videos are part of it. So tell me who I want to assign it to. Acme Real Estate, why not? Here's the program settings. How long does it last? What groups you want to assign it to? How long you want it to actually last? Oh, this is cool. 19 videos. I want them to go out 1 a week. Let's change that there. Let's go next. And at this point, I can actually say, this is a pretty good video selection. I can move things around. I can drag and drop stuff. I can move things in and out. I'm going to leave it the way it is. I'm feeling lazy. I can review that guy and create it. I'm not going to do that, though. I don't want to put that in my demo environment. But you could do that. Now, you might say, well, Chuck, that's great. Good videos. But how do I create my own? Well, you could do your own program. What you do is you actually create your own videos first. put your own videos in there. Then you would come over to CustomHoots, right? You would create your custom hoot with your own videos. You go over here, say create a custom hoot. You would select create a training program, and at that point, you go through the same settings that I just went through. Boom, it's just optional. Oh no, boom, boom. So I'm not actually going to do this. Just trying to show you real fast. Next, and then you have your, oh, there's a Shoot the Hoot RAW. Of course, we're putting that. It has to be part of our training, right? Then the CustomHoots library. Look through here. You can search for videos, do all kinds of stuff. Next, assign, done. Simple, sweet, and easy, right? That's how we do it at CustomHoots. Very, very simple. And there's your custom hoots right there. Training library, individual assignments, policies, documents, programs, you name it, it's in there. And guess what? This is pretty cool. About 3 weeks ago, someone said, hey, do you have any CMMC training? And we were like, you know what? We don't have any CMMC training. Let's go get some. So we went out, we found some public domain CMMC training, and we put the full program in there, 7 videos, right? Put them in there, make sure they're deployed out, happy-go-lucky, all done. And we can do that for you as well. If you find some public domain training that you think is very valuable in the cybersecurity realm, or just something like this, some kind of standard, let us know. We'll add it in for you. We'll do the work. Otherwise, you could do it yourself. We'll do it for you, especially if it's valuable. All right? So that's our custom hoots. Powerful, good to go. Go back to the stage here. See back to where we were. So, you know, you've seen this. You've seen how easy and simple it is to build and deliver your own training with CustomHoots. So let's check in now with our DevOps and see what they've been hooting and hacking behind the scenes in this week's CyberHoot Nerd Update. Nerd Update time. Uh-oh. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm watching Shoot the Hoot RAW while watching the Shoot the Hoot RAW. Good stuff. Thank you for the comment. Love that. All right. Let's see. So our nerd update. So talking about our nerd update now. All right. Let's roll into this week's CyberHoot Nerd Update. It's short, it's sweet, but plenty of impact. So one, we knocked out some lingering bugs. Yeah, we got some bugs in there, not perfect. So we included an issue where clicking on a tenant in Autopilot didn't a whole lot of, drum roll please. Oh, where's my sound effects? Where's my sound effects? Sound effects, sound effects. This is a pregnant pause for a sound effect. Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. There you go. Boom. Right? Nothing. You click on that Autopilot, that customer, that tenant in Autopilot, and it did nothing. I was on a call with a prospect talking to them, and I was like, click there, and nothing was happening. I'm like, oh no, that's not good. We fixed it very, very, very quickly. Thanks to Brad, our cyber over there taking care of that. Now, we also updated the settings for limited training of weekdays only. They're now saving properly in our Power Platform. There was an issue with them saving before, all taken care of. Any email log fans out there? Rejoice. We now show SMTP responses directly in the delivered email logs table for all you techies and email aficionados out there. And if you've been using CustomHoots, we've powered it up the experience. Groups are now fully supported across the platform, API and SDK. And policy message is now set correctly on all programs. So win, win, win. Oh, and we dropped some shiny new API documentation using an open API format and Swagger UI. So if you like to tinker under the hood, just got a whole lot easier. Sweet. Go to cyberhoot.com/API. We'll check out that Swagger UI interface. Good job to the guys at Swagger. All right. So updates are complete. Features have been deployed and bugs are squashed. But now it's your turn. Let's open the mic and tackle your questions, confessions, and Carl-worthy click stories in our Q&A. But first, gotta do our Hoot worthy coupon alert. It's our Hoot coupon alert. Be the first to send custom 10 to shoothoots@cyberhoot.com, and you'll get 10% off your next invoice. So write that email, click send, and get that 10. And if you're watching it live now, if you're not watching it live, excuse me, if you're not watching this live, not a big deal. Still send the code. Maybe no one has done it yet. How many times I imagine someone goes, oh, I'm just watching this now. It's probably already been sent. Maybe not. Send it. Send it. What's it going to hurt? 2 seconds, right? All right. Heading back over. So let's go over to our Q&A. Boom. Got our nice little Al there. Okay, Al, this is your time to shine. You got questions? Toss them in the chat. Need some clarity? You want to know if Carl can send phishing emails to his friends? No question too small, too weird, or too compliancy. Although I don't really like compliancy. So if you're wondering it, somebody else is probably wondering it too. So let's talk it out, laugh a little, and get you the answers you need. Right? So what questions do we have here? All right. Oh, there we go. Can I assign a custom hoot to just one person? Yes, but not directly. Boo, where's my bill? Boo, not directly, right? No, not directly. What you can do is custom hoots are designed to be assigned to groups, not individuals. But there is a quick trick. Create a one-person group for that user. Voila. Individual training, group style. So no, you can't assign to one user directly. So it's just a lot in the interface. Create the group, throw the person in a group, and make it happen. All right. Next, what we got? Let's see. Next question. Let's see. Can I combine documents, videos, and policies into one training program? Okay, let me beat you to this. No, you can't put it all in one single program. Nope, nope. Right now, programs can only include videos, yours and Cybergroup. So we can blend those videos together, but not the documents in with the videos. All right. But what you can do is you can create a video training in a program and then strategically assign the custom hoots for documents or policies in the middle of that program to land at certain points. Same kind of thing, just a little bit work around there, right? So you can do it separately. And you can do it before, during, or after the program. This will help you build an entire full training experience. All right, are there any other questions? All right, let's see. Does my company need governance policies? If so, do you include templates I can use for me? Yes, 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 we do. All right. So we do offer, does your company need governance policies? Yes. And my good friend and co-founder, Craig Taylor, could tell you, he would preach it to you, right? Need those those policies. And yes, we do have templates. That training library, that document library I was showing you before, maybe I could show you real fast. Let me see if I can come over and show you that again real fast, just to point them out. That way I can be a little, we call that being thorough, right? Let me see, share screen. Boom. Sorry, maybe I should have kept that shared the whole time. Let's see, I think it's that one, yeah. I'm gonna take and I'm gonna add that. Gotta remove, it's something, and this is a great interface, but there's a little bit of tricky when you're sharing a screen. Oh, we already there? No, we're actually on videos there. So document library, you can see we've got tons of Word templates here for written information security policy, password policy information, tons and tons here. 33, enough to have enough government policies to put you to sleep, right? But you need them. They're important, and try to make them kind of short and sweet and to the point. You can download the Word template from here, doctor them, tweak them up, do the work, save them as a PDF, upload them, and assign them out. Good question. All right. All right. Let's see. We move that. Let's add it back to the stage. Boom. There we go. And so questions. Speaking of questions, here's one nobody wants to answer. What happens when your training doesn't match your biggest risks? Buckle up. It's time for this week's Hoot-worthy horror story. Okay, let me tell you a true story, but names have been changed to protect the guilty. A tale of checkboxes, confusion, and a phishing fail that could have been prevented. A medium-sized law firm, let's call them Button & Company, proudly touted their 100% compliance, training compliance. Yay, 100%, right? Every employee had completed the annual cybersecurity basics course. Oh no, annual, once a year. It's not good. Anyways, they completed it. The check boxes, checked, right? The LMS, green lights across the board. And guess what? The confidence in that company, soaring high, right? But one day, an email came in. Well, just one day, it came in every day. One day, a special email came in. Looked like a Microsoft login page. It was a subject line that read, "You've been locked out. Re-authenticate now." 3 employees clicked. 1 entered their credentials, and one of those was in HR. And that login led to every personnel file, resumes, social security numbers, W-2s, the whole enchilada. And here's the kicker. When they did a post-incident analysis, the phishing email looked almost exactly like one of their own internal emails. Same wording, same tone, same urgency. Phishers are getting good. So why? Because their training, why did they fall to this? Why did they fall victim? Because their training had never covered internal phishing. No simulation, no policy reminder, No targeted training for HR or payroll staff. Just a once a year general video about not clicking on weird links. Wonder why that didn't work. So, moral of the story, training should match the risk. HR, finance, admins, they all face different threats. Generic training is great and it covers many, many, many things, but there are still gaps. Custom training fills that gap. And that's why CustomHoots exists. So your team doesn't just get trained, they get prepared. So phew, that story gave me some flashbacks and not the good kind, you know what I mean? That's why we train smarter, right? Now that we've talked about this, let's wrap this whole flight up and go into our final slide here. So that's a wrap for today's episode of Shoot the Hoot RAW. We covered how CustomHoots can take your cybersecurity training from basic to boss level with document uploads, video assignments, policy tracking, even full-blown training programs. Remember, standard training works great for ongoing awareness, but sometimes, just sometimes, you need your own flavor, your own special sauce. And now you've got the tools to deliver it. Come back next week for another episode of Shoot the Hoot RAW. Until then, assign wisely, train with purpose, and keep hooting smarter, not harder. We'll see you next week, same time, same bad channel, where we'll laugh, we'll learn, and hoot up. Hoot up!